We Belong to Each Other is a collaboration with Engineering Ministries International for this year's Seattle Design Festival. For our fourth session of this series, we are exploring the topics of home and homelessness through a meditation led by Melissa Gehrig. Melissa Gehrig is the Executive Director of Vision House, a Christian social service agency in the Seattle area, helping to break the cycle of homelessness for families with children. Vision House believes that every person deserves a healthy home. It's not a privilege, but a basic human right.
Sit comfortably. It can be anywhere in a space you know. Start with your eyes open and try keeping your gaze as receptive as possible as you settle into your breath. Look at the color of that space that surrounds you. Breathe deep and take in the aromas. Open your memory to the stories those smells invoke. Let your mind grow wide and simply receive each sensation and perception. Do you feel safe, secure, stable? Does a place you find yourself in feel like home? If you have things around you that connect you to your past or to your family's legacy, how are those things grounding to your identity? How long did it take you to formulate a sense of home? Was it something you were born into? Something you had to cultivate? Or is it something you are still searching for? Home is a place we cultivate with our time. Time to stabilize. Time to be still. Time to become family. Time to deal with our trauma. Time to work. In the time we give to creating our sense of belonging, do we also give others the time they need? There's not a lot you can do in a short window of time to overcome the trauma that it's been experienced in being homeless. The extended time we work with families at Vision House is one of the uniquenesses of our program. Homelessness is often misconceived as a resource issue. We think if we give someone enough money, food, or transportation, then their problems will be solved. If they could go get a job, or if they just stop drinking, or it's the drugs. Yet there is so much that we don't know about each other, much less those who struggle with challenges we can't even imagine. The misconception is that it's a simple problem to fix, but it's so complex, and it's different for every person. How do we treat the situations we don't understand with compassion? In place of our judgment, can we offer generosity? My perspective changed in seeing that the homeless that we see on the streets are people just like me. It could be me. I was a single mom with kids and could easily have been homeless had it not been for my support system. With the families in our program, broken relationships overshadow everything and are so often what leads to their homelessness. Lacking these supportive relationships is the true problem. You know how important your relationships are with your family or your primary relationships. Those relationships that keep us afloat. They give us all we need to overcome our darkest days. Can you imagine life without the people who have brought you through? Community can take the place of that relationship problem. I would challenge designers to make community the center. Make a space everyone has a place to congregate and watch each other's kids, to cook and to play. Group support is especially essential for people in recovery. And then within our community, we all need space to retreat, to create a home. For children to have their own essential space to form their identity, to meditate, to create, and to do their homework. Remember how the spaces of your childhood affected you, even today. If you walk past someone who might be homeless, don't look away. Greet them, or just look them in the eye. Just acknowledge that they exist, their humanity. To say, I can't do anything for that person, or I don't want to be near that person. We know that's not the way of Jesus. That's not what he modeled for us. His heart was to serve everyone and anyone. We know that our behavior can have a much bigger impact than our words often will. Who are we to turn away? Home is a place we cultivate with our time, and it changes us. We are constantly being molded through what we have the chance to do, through our relationships with others, and through the trials we experience. We have the opportunity to more clearly see every person we encounter, to see God in that person. And with that opportunity, we have the ability to create the space for belonging, for relationships, and for community. May we see that space and create that place where we belong to each other.
Thank you for joining us for the fourth session of this series. All of the programs from this past week are available on Spotify and YouTube. We'd love to hear your thoughts, ideas, and feelings about your experience. Be sure to check out the survey on EMI's festival webpage to continue the conversation. To learn more about this year's Seattle Design Festival, go to designinpublic.org and check out the full lineup of events happening August 15 through 23rd, all exploring the theme About Time. EMI is a nonprofit Christian development organization that brings together teams of volunteer architects, engineers, surveyors, and construction managers. We use our skills to serve people worldwide through the design of hospitals, schools, water systems, and many other facilities. Check out the opportunities and adventures listed on our website and reach out to us today. Together, we are designing a world of hope.